Hey guys, MaxLPQueen here, and if you've been checking out the channel recently, you know that I posted a video a couple days ago talking about how Pokemon, well, not just Pokemon, but the videos were not going to be uploaded for a while because I'm having some trouble with an external storage device. But I started playing around on my computer and I got back into this game here that that you and I are looking at right now, called Tera. It is an online game, an MMO, open world, kind of, I guess, like World of Warcraft or Elder Scrolls. I'm not too sure if it is like Elder Scrolls because I've actually never played that game before, but you basically have a lot of different classes of characters that you can choose from. Obviously you can see right here I am an archer and I just reached level 65, and if you can see, I don't know if you really can because it's kind of small, I have my screen size, all the stuff around me, like the chat and everything, kind of put a little bit smaller so that I have more room to see. But on the right hand side I have a quest over there. I have a couple quests actually. I have a quest to go into the Kalivan's challenge, which is a end-game dungeon. And I thought, since I got level 65 yesterday, that I would go through and play some of the end game with you guys and post it to the channel, so that maybe this could be another series that we could have on the channel right now, because we don't currently have anything that we can do with Pokemon right now. And I have been having a few people ask me lately if I would play something different than just Pokemon, and I said I would when I could, and obviously I wasn't able to, but I kind of found a little way to be able to do it now with this new computer that I've got. So I'm testing it out. Hopefully you'll be able to see this because we're actually matching right now. At the bottom it says matching over the little, I guess you could call it like a little house looking thing, but it's right beside the shield with the two axes down at the bottom. I could actually show you because I do have a mouse. Right at the bottom here we are matching for Kalivan's challenge. Sometimes the end game dungeons take a long time for you to get into, depending on what class you get. If you are like me and you do a DPS class, you will more than likely be waiting a while to get into some dungeons. If you do a healing class, such as like a priest or a mystic, you probably will get in a little bit quicker. Tanking classes, I believe, get in a little bit quicker, such as a brawler here, you can see. And I think there's pretty much it. There's warrior class, there's anything that you can think of, really. There's a reaper class, and the newest class as of right now is a ninja class. I already currently have 2 level 65 ninjas, and I wanted to play something different. Never played an archer before. There was just an update for the archer class, so I thought I would try it because I do have a gunner. There's a gunner class as well, and I love my gunner. So I thought I would try out the archer. Got it to level 65 and actually really enjoyed playing it. I thought I would bring it to you guys and show you today. And if you're really confused and have no idea what I'm talking about, hopefully if this series does well and people enjoy it, then I think I might start, maybe if the next class comes out or something. If there's a new class that comes out, I could do that one and do a tutorial on leveling up 1 to 65, because basically the game starts right now in the after game. Once you reach level 65, that's pretty much when it gets started. But I guess I could tell you a little bit, kind of try to explain some of the stuff that I'm trying to do. So if you see over here on the left, I have my character, Toxophile. I looked it up online. I couldn't really think of anything to name my archer, so I looked up some female archers online, and Toxophile was the name of one that wasn't taken, so I decided to take it. And I have currently, I think it is tier 9. Yes, I have a tier 9, which is not the highest, but what you start out with now when you do end game, if I could talk today. Gear that you will get. I have tier 9 boots and a tier 9 weapon and a tier 9 chest piece or whatever. I don't have the gloves yet. I didn't get the gloves. There's another quest over here. I could go to the Island of Dawn and I could get a lot of good items there. But I kind of wanted to do a dungeon today, because most of the time when you do dungeons, you can pretty much get anything that you need from the first dungeon. But one thing that you actually do need to do with your items before you even attempt going into a dungeon sometimes is you need to enchant them. So you can see up there that my item level is 361 out of 405. It has 0%. That means I need to enchant it. And to do that you need different things, different items. I can actually get some of them out here at the bank, because I have some from my other account and everything, but I will need tier 9 feedstock, as well as tier 9 alkahest, I don't know how to say it. There's a lot of names to things that I don't know how to say, and you will figure that out very quickly. But while we are actually waiting on the dungeon, we could actually do that right now. You can see now that I have the stuff, I can enchant my gear. So I'm just going to click on it here. I have 3000 tier 9 and 156 tier 9 alkahest, which probably isn't going to be enough to get me to +9, but I'm just going to click auto enchant here and see how far we can get. One of the major problems with endgame is when you go to enchant your gear, it can sometimes be really hard once you get up in the higher gear sets. Mostly because the fail to success rate is actually pretty bad. As you can see, I just failed right there. Only one time, which is, I guess, okay for tier 9 gear, because it's the lowest gear actually now. Used to be when I first started playing, the lowest gear was tier 7, I believe. And I think it was actually lower than that. So you can see we only have 76 alkahest left, but that's okay. I'm going to continue to try to do my boots a little bit before I get some more, because I believe you can buy this stuff from some of the NPCs. Where I'm actually at right now is Highwatch, and that's why you see a lot of people here, because in game area, this is pretty much where you'll be. This and Velica, which is the starting town, or starting area. There's a lot of people that just hang around there as well. But I stay at Highwatch, I don't know, because everything's pretty much right here. So you can see that we only got to +8 on our boots. We ran out of tier 9. But that's alright. One thing I also want to do real quick is, if you'll notice when I got to tier 9, it stopped. I mean, not tier 9, +9, it stopped and didn't go any farther. That's because in order to get +12, which I don't think I mentioned, but you do have to get +12 on all your gear, unless you have really, really high gear, such as some crafted gear or something like that. It can go to like +15, but I have never done that before, so I wouldn't be the person to ask about that. But I do need to get some of these here. This is Master Enigmatic Scrolls, tier 9. As you can see, I still have tier 8, because they used to give tier 8. I have 529 of those, and I just can't seem to throw them away, because it takes a long time to get this stuff, you guys. A lot of work. I put in probably over 300 to 500 hours in this game, and have a total of probably 8 or 9 characters on a couple of servers, so it's pretty intense game, and you have to be really, I guess, dedicated to it. I don't know if that's the right word, but you got to be able to play it a lot. So I want to also get, what I got out was these intricate identification scrolls, which you will also need to masterwork your item. But before I can even masterwork it, I have to take it off. So I'm going to take off my boots. Actually, no, I'm not, because they're +8. You want to wait until you get +9 before you even try to masterwork these items, because if you'll notice, if you keep reading on down, you'll see in yellow, oh well, never mind, I'm gonna put my chest back on because our dungeon just popped for Kalivan's challenge. So I'm gonna put my tier 9 chest back on, and we're gonna get into the dungeon so you can finally see the dungeon. It looks like we are working with I think I saw a lancer, a priest, a warrior, and another warrior, so 2 warriors. There's also an update that just come out for a warrior, so people have been playing warrior as well. But one thing that I do need to do, because this dungeon requires you to buy a battle solution, so I'm going to buy this prime battle solution. I believe that's what I need. I think, I'm pretty sure. I hate that you have to spend gold on it, but whatever. And you have to use it before you can get in there. One thing I want to do though is I'm going to zoom out real quick so you guys can finally see everything. I had it zoomed in just so you can see my character. But yes, this is Kalivan's challenge. It is the first dungeon that you will probably be faced with if you decide to do dungeons. I just decided to do this one because I don't want to go to the Island of Dawn yet. I don't have very good gear to do the Island of Dawn, so I kind of just wanted to go into the dungeons until I get some better gear, because there's a lot of stuff you have to do on the Island of Dawn. It gives you really, really, really good items and some gems that you can use to get gold, which is your money in this game. So it's really good to do, but for right now, I think we'll just stick to this. I think it'll be just fine. So my class, the archer class, is the DPS class. So what I basically do is I have to go behind the boss and pretty much just try to kill him. But being the archer, those little things that you just saw there are mobs, and I pretty much need to take care of mobs along with the gunner. That can help out a bunch with your party, but since this is Kalivan's challenge, there's no need for me to even bother, because this team that I'm with right now is looking pretty good, so we don't really need it. We have a, I believe that's a silver tank, which you can get, I think, platinum in this game by doing dungeons and enchanting your gear, and basically just leveling up as much as possible in game. So it's definitely worth trying to do. But since we have the lancer who's pretty much doing work, we don't necessarily need to worry about anything else. I know it seems kind of weird, and some of you might be like really confused at what's going on right now, but once you play the game and you get into it, it's not as hard as you think it is. You just got to be able to play your class, and you get plenty of time to play your class because you start at level 1 and you got to get to 65, which definitely takes a long time. I do want to warn though, I have my chat over there, if you can see. I have it set to system, which is just going to tell me stuff like, you know, how much damage I did and stuff like that. Nothing too major. There's a chat in this game that you can use, and you can talk to people, but it is an online MMO game, so virtually anyone can play it. So you should be aware that strong language is definitely a thing in this game. I mean, if you're okay with that, then that's fine, but obviously that's the thing here. So what I'm actually looking for, I should probably talk about that, I guess, because I kind of want this to be helpful if you do play the archer class. I was kind of reading some on the archer class, but what I'm looking for is the gear that I don't have, or better gear than what I have now, with crit factor. If you can see under there, it has the green where it raises HP by 10,000, power by 7. That I can pass on because I actually don't need that. I need crit power as an archer, because the more crits I do, the more damage I do, and it helps in the long run. If you were, let's say, I guess, this one, see, I'm going to roll for, has a crit factor of 6. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for it. And as you can see, A lot of people just go right on, okay? So don't be afraid of going behind. It's okay. They do their own thing, and it's nice. When they don't do their own thing, that's when you should be worried. You just want to make sure your whole team is doing what they're supposed to do, and not being dumb and not doing what they're supposed to do, which can happen if you do what I did, which was instant matching. But you can see, my healer helped me out there. And I wish that Lancer would have stayed over here, because now I'm probably going to die. Because I'm way over here behind everyone else. And somebody did die, actually. You can see down there, our priest actually died, which isn't good, because if the priest is dead, then nobody gets healed. And I don't think the priest is getting up. Luckily we have the Lancer here, but I don't think anyone is resurrecting the priest, I guess. Oh, the priest did resurrect, okay. Just wanted to make sure. I would go over there and do it, because I do have some scrolls to resurrect people when they die, but that's usually the priest's job to do that. Oh, and well, our priest just went ahead and left on us. Okay. I'm not the raid leader, so I can't recruit, but you see down there it says recruit, and your raid leader, which is the Lancer, because he has the little star by his name with the flag, or the little pin or whatever, and mine is just red. He's actually the raid leader, so he can actually recruit somebody else, or the party leader. He can recruit somebody else. But I guess he's not going to, which is very strange, and I'm hoping that I don't get hit, because if I get hit one time, I'm pretty much gonna die. But I think this Lancer should be able to do it, because, I mean, he is silver, so we don't really need, per se, the healer, but I hope we end up not needing the healer. I don't like the lightning strikes. Those actually hurt a lot. This is the final boss, though, so we should be okay. Obviously, I'm not going to do much damage right now, because I'm just in low level gear. You have to get in high level gear before you do a lot of damage. And I'm trying to do two things at the same time, which is actually pretty tough, as I'm figuring out doing a lot of damage, plus having to watch out for the beast, or whatever, the boss, and having to do a lot of damage and talk and commentate at the same time. But it's a fun game, and like I was saying, I'm looking for crit power. Tankers usually will probably look for power, and DPS wants to usually do crit power. If you're a priest or whatever, you want to do stuff that I don't really actually know, because I've never played a priest or anything like that. I've never played one of them. I don't generally like healing classes too much, because it's a lot of work that you have to do. You have to keep everybody alive. I'm only staying in here though because I'm rolling for these items, and then we can leave. But I also have to collect my reward here, because you get a reward and 200 gold doing your Vanguard requests and stuff like that. So I also need to leave, mostly because I am about dead right now, and I need to go somewhere where I can get some healing, because that's not good that our healer left. Usually when that happens, you want to recruit somebody else, because if you're in a big dungeon, it could be bad news if your healer leaves or dies. So I'm going to go over here, and I think somebody might could heal me over here. I'm not too sure if they could or not, but I'm hoping they can. I'm going to open up these boxes here that we received. Unfortunately, we didn't get our gloves in the dungeon, which does happen. Sometimes you don't get everything that you've been looking for. But you can see down there at the bottom on the slaughter belt that everything is in green down there. My attack, defense, balance, crit factor, and crit resist factor all go up. So I'm obviously going to put this on versus this Idonio belt, which is basically the level 60 to 64 gear that you can wear, I believe. and it's just to get you into the dungeons until you get your own. But since I have a quest for it, I'm going to turn this quest in over here to Dougal, and he's going to give me some Tier 9 Master Enigmatic Scrolls, some Spellbind, Intricate Identification Scrolls, and 5 rubies, which is definitely going to be nice. And he also has another quest for me. And I'm sorry if you wanted me to read that, but I played this game the first time with my fiance, and he zoomed past this game so quick without reading anything that it's kind of unfortunate that I didn't read, and from now on I still haven't been reading, but it's okay, I guess. I mean, the story you can pretty much get if you watch the little cutscenes. There's cutscenes within the game that you can do and watch that'll help you get what's going on in the story. But I think actually before we end off, I'm going to enter the Channelworks real quick, because Channelworks is actually only a 3-person dungeon, and it, as you can see, it's pretty quick. And we have a, looks like a gold or a champion berserker, so this should not take long at all. And I'm sorry if I don't explain everything too much. It's just, you know, I feel like if you're a Tera person, and you have played the game, then you know what's going on by this point in the game. You know, level 65, what I'm doing, you know, what you're supposed to do with your class, and you're pretty much well aware of what you have to do. So I'm just going to set some traps here, actually, while I'm waiting for the boss to start. Setting traps, always the best thing to do when you're an archer. This ability right here is one of my favorites. You just basically attack the guy with raining arrows and you're way over and you don't have to do anything. This one here gets me more MP. I forgot what it's called, but the one that, I don't know, I wish I should have like really went over what everything means, and so I could explain it to some of the people who don't know. Because a lot of people don't. And if you're watching on my channel, you probably have no idea at all. But I'm just doing this basically because I feel really bad that I've been promising and saying to you guys that I'm going to keep getting back and I'm going to keep getting better, and I want to make my channel better and do things that I've been wanting to do for a while now. And I haven't been able to do it because it seems like as soon as I get something going, it's like, what's going to happen next, you know? It's kind of stupid. Just my luck that something bad would happen right as I'm about to get going and get stuff started. I bought a brand new computer and got rid of my old crappy computer, so why on earth am I having so much trouble with basically all of my stuff? It's like one thing after another. I don't know if I even mentioned it, but whenever me and my then boyfriend went away for Christmas, I had a vlog that I was going to post, and I actually haven't been able to do anything with it yet, and I hope I'll be able to do something soon, but as of right now, this is probably all I'm going to be able to do, which I hope it's not a problem. But we were actually going to, after he proposed to me, I should say, we got in the car and we were driving to go see his parents and tell him the good news. So we stopped to get some coffee, and we were leaving, and as soon as we left, we were waiting at the stoplight, and this guy in this big huge truck just decides, you know what, I'm going to start backing up right in front of these people, and I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to keep backing up right here. And I kept looking at my fiance and I was like, is he going to stop, or is he going to continue backing up? And he continued backing up, and he was like, I was like, okay, you need to hit the horn, because apparently he don't see us. And right as he was about to hit the horn, he hit it, and bam, it was too late. It didn't matter anyway, because the guy backed right up into our car and left a dent in the front bumper from his tailgate, or whatever that thing is called, the end piece on the truck that you, that they use to hook up trailers. He didn't even have a trailer hooked up or nothing like that. He ran right into us and was like, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you back there. So right after I get engaged, which is supposed to be the best thing that's ever happened, the worst thing happens, and we end up having to call the insurance and tell them, hey, I just got into a wreck. Which I think is completely dumb, but whatever. I mean, I don't understand it anyway. It's just my luck, is what I usually say. It is my luck. I always have the worst luck, and then we come back and I have the problems with my computer, and I don't know. It's like one thing after another, and it sucks because I just want to have things go right for once and not be wrong and messed up. So when I actually did get the new computer, I was really excited. I was like, finally, our bad luck is turning around, and we're gonna do everything that we were going to do. We're gonna get ready, and we're gonna move out, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna get my channel going more, and I'm gonna have more games that I can play now. I have so much that I can do with this PC now that I couldn't do before, and it was gonna be great. But we come back and the computer goes down, and it's like, wow, this is even worse. Then after the computer goes down, I get the new computer and I get a drive to put all my stuff on that I'm hoping will stay secure, because I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm gonna have a secure drive, so this time if something does happen, then I'm not going to lose my stuff. Not gonna happen this time. I'm not gonna lose my stuff. And then I get the drive, and then the drive stops working before I can even get the videos transferred onto my computer. Of course, that would be what would happen right in the middle of uploading Mystery Dungeon and the Diamond Wedlock, which Mystery Dungeon is actually completed, so I would have to replay the whole entire game. And the Randomized Wedlock, if I had to replay that, it wouldn't be the same because it would be randomized, so I would have all different Pokemon, and oh man, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So this is what I have now, and I hope you really enjoy it, or at least it is somewhat entertaining, and hopefully we can bring some new people to the channel. So I just completed the next quest, turning it into Dougal. He's going to give me some tokens, Ruby, and Tier 9 feedstock, and he also has another quest for us to go into the Democran Factory, which is actually a really long dungeon, so I'm not going to be able to do it today. So before I actually end off, I guess the episode, I should say, because maybe we might do more, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of things on screen so you guys can kind of see. I'm going to open all these boxes here. We should have all of our gear by now, hopefully, to be able to go into the Democran Factory. If not, I can definitely do it off screen. It's not that big a deal. What I just showed you is actually what you do. You just continue to do those dungeons until you get all of your gear that you need, and all your jewelry, which you see I'm getting all of my jewelry right here. And you get them plus 12, and then you go into the next dungeon. Because as you can see here, let me just go down, click on the dungeons. All these item levels here are what I have. I have 382 is my item level. Up here you can see it. So 302 is fine. I can go into 302, not a problem. But you get up here, an item level is 422 or 417 or 410, and my item level is too low, so I can't go into these higher level dungeons yet. That's why you just continue to do the lower level dungeons until you get what you need. See, this one, the Democran Factory, you can get your boots, you can get some scrolls and some spellbind, which I'll definitely have to talk about later, or if we have some time I can too. You can get your weapon here. In Channelworks you can get all of your jewelry and your earrings, and then in Kalivan Challenge you can get your gloves, and I'm guessing your weapon. It's not showing up on the weapon, but you get them in all of this stuff. It says Slaughter, which is what you need. Slaughter is your first gear that you start out with, and gate accessories are the ones that we've got over here. Bloodgate and all this stuff. These are the first things that you'll need for your accessories as well. And there's also a lot of different things such as crystals, which are these right here. You want to get the right crystals for your class. I don't have the right crystals as of right now. I just have what was given to me. You have to get your crystals by doing Vanguard quests, which are the things that I was claiming the rewards for. You can get credits, and you see right here I have 1356 out of 9,000 credits, and you get them from doing this stuff here. See, it shows you how many reward points you get in credits, and you use those credits to come to the crystal merchant here, and you can get yourself your crystals for your class. Or sometimes you can go on the trade broker and you can buy them with gold. Here's the trade broker, and these are the people. This is everybody that has, see my listings right here. This is everybody, and my sales. I've actually got some sales so I can collect them. But this, everybody that plays Tera can post things on here, and you can search for anything you need and you can find it. And sometimes you can buy it for a low price, or sometimes it would be better just to use your Vanguard credits. I know it's a lot, and I'm talking about a whole lot of stuff, but basically, for me, I'm an archer looking for crit. So we're looking for things that increase crit power. So I don't actually need the Bloodgate earring or anything like that. I need Shadow, which Shadow gives me, right here, Shadow Vein. It gives me crit by 26, which is definitely better. And I don't have any earrings, actually. They're all blood, and blood. So I don't have the right earrings and rings yet. I do have the right belt though, because I got the crit factor belt. Sometimes you can get lucky and you can get double crit factor, which is great if you're a DPS. You want lots of crit. If you're not, you're gonna want to look for like power and stuff. Basically, that's pretty much it. In game, you do dungeons and you get your gear and you level up as much as you can. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to masterwork this chest piece real quick, and I can show you guys how I do that. So I'm going to want to click on this and then click on my gear. It's going to pull up my gear here, and you can see all these yellow things. This is what you're going to want. These are the ones that you want the most. Green doesn't really mean nothing. White means absolutely zero. And it gives you better things, better stats and stuff. So you want to have a lot of yellow, and you can have more yellow by keeping it. You can use spellbinds, which are the things that I don't think I have any in my. Yes, I do. I have 245. You can see it right here. Spellbind, tier 9. And you can use spellbinds to lock in something good. But every time you roll, sorry, I haven't done commentary in a while, but every time you roll, it uses your spellbind. So what I'd advise is going ahead and you want to click reset effects. It's going to use a master scroll and an intricate scroll, and you just want to keep doing this over and over again until there will be a window that pops up that says you have successfully masterworked your item. Now this can take anywhere from a few clicks, a few times, to possibly 60, 70, 100. It just depends. I remember when I first got to level 65, I had no idea what to do whatsoever. And somebody said, hey, you got to masterwork your item. So you need to buy these scrolls, you need to buy these scrolls, and you need to reset the effects until it says masterwork right there. Congratulations, +9 is verified as masterwork, and it will have a little ribbon beside it. And that means that I can get it up to +12 now. So I can take it right here, I can put it on, and I can upgrade it to +12. But once you, of course, there's more. There's always a but. In order to get +12, you can't use tier 9 anymore. You have to use these, Masterwork Alcahest, or some of this stuff here, personal, rare, extensive, all that stuff. They give you better, chances, I guess you could say, of getting a success versus a failure. But using the Masterwork is just fine for beginning, and it's a lot cheaper to use Masterwork than to use those other ones. They're really expensive. So now all we have to do is we have to click this auto enchant feature, and basically we hold our breath and hope that we get +12. But there's a fail right there, and there's another fail. Just hearing that sound is so bad, but then you hear the good sound and you're like, yes, and there we go. We have got our gear up to +12. But you can, and we got a lot of achievements too, but you can see it says 90% up there, which means that our rolls are not good. So now, since we have it +12, we can take our Masterwork scrolls here, and we can use them on our item. Okay, seriously? Oh wait, did I click the right one? Yeah, I clicked the right one. There we go. And we can continue to roll until we get good stuff. So what I use a lot is Rain of Arrows, and what it has up top, which is your top one, is going to be Penetrating Arrow, 10% increased damage, which is probably this one. I think it is. Is it this one? Yes. I'm actually going to keep that because this one actually does a lot of damage. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to decrease damage taking, which definitely need that. And because I'm doing PvP right now, which is player versus environment versus PvP, which is player versus player, I'm going to keep enraged monsters because I don't want to take more damage from them. And then I'm just going to push reset. And this is going to reset, but I'm also using, as you can see, 32 Spellbind up there at the top. It says your scroll is using 1, your intricate scroll you're using 1, and using 32 Spellbind each time. That's why you definitely want to wait until you get to this part of the game. Not this part, what am I talking about? Wait until you get +12. Definitely, because you would not want to keep using the Spellbind and waste all your Spellbind. You're not even +12 yet. That's kind of a waste. So you saw I got healing skills affecting me increase, but honestly I don't know if I really want that. I think I want something a little bit better. I'm gonna continue. I probably should. I can't actually because I don't have enough Spellbind. I only have 21, and that's the last one, Spellbind, so I don't have any more. But turns out I got what I wanted anyway, so I got lucky. I got decreased damage taken from frontal attacks, which I think is really good. I think that should be good for me. I don't know if it's the top, so you know, don't quote me on this, but I think I did pretty good because I got 100% on my chest piece, and my level actually went up to 385. My item level. Also, you know, I'm gonna let you guys know there is plenty of websites that you can go to look up all this stuff and what you need for your class. And if you do decide to play the game, then you should definitely check it out. And you can look up some different stuff online. That's basically how you learn, and that's basically how I learned. My fiance played it first. He got me into it, and he taught me as much as he could. And then when he stopped playing it and I played it a little bit more, I was like, well, I should probably read up a little bit more on this so that I could learn more about my class and learn more about what I need, and it'll help me in the long run. And it actually has. So I think I'm going to actually end off the episode here. I'm going to continue doing dungeons and trying to get all of my gear to look like that chest piece there, plus 12 masterwork. And then if we do continue to do these series, I guess next time we'll be doing the Democrum Factory and trying to go for some better gear in our next gear set. So I really hope you enjoyed. I really hope that you like this new series, that everything worked out good on my end and you get to see it. Hopefully today, because there's supposed to be a video out today, and if not, then this was all for nothing. But I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to bring new, different content to the channel, such as this, in the future. Don't worry, we're still gonna do Pokemon. Pokemon's always my #1 game, and is always in my heart, and I'm trying to get better at that too. When I do games like Sun and Moon, or games on the 3DS, or whatever with a capture card that I'm gonna try to get, but I also want to do things like this as well, and show that I can play different games besides just Pokemon. So I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.